Okay, with the filmmaking team of Questioning the Window, I played at the Experimental Film Festival. It is an experimental film, and it's fantastic. It's 19 minutes, and we're with Myriam, Valentina, and Tess. And what is your collective called? What do you guys call your collective?
Vulpecula.
Sorry?
Vulpecula Collective.
What is that? What is that? What does that mean? What is that what you just said?
So
I was trying to when before the podcast, I was trying to say it properly, but then I couldn't.
so it's
It's fun.
basically the Latin word for fox,
For, for Fox? Okay.
because because um in our journey we always talked about each other of like three tiny foxes, and that is our group icon as well. So we kind of thought that might be a good idea to just call each other the foxes.
Cool.
And it's a star
It came
constellation. So
I like it. So you
basically
were
also it was like during our jam. Sorry, can you hear me? Sorry.
so this is a total collaboration. You guys are co-directed, co-produced, co-wrote, and you guys co-star. You guys are all three of you in the film. Is this your first film together? Have you guys made previous films before this?
it's our first film together. So we were shooting scenes before, but it's the first film. So
No, this is our first film.
Do you guys plan on making another film after this?
yeah.
I don't. Miriam didn't seem too convinced. I'm kidding. Totally good. So you're all convinced that you're all gonna do another one. So okay, so
Yeah.
where did you guys meet originally? Where did you guys originally meet?
In acting school in
We
Vienna.
met at our
In acting school? So you guys all
Yeah,
went to school in Austria and you guys met at acting school?
Yes,
right.
exactly. And I think quite soon we noticed that the three of us work really well together, and we have kind of the same work ethic, and we've got the same ambition, and we've got the same level of fun. And I think that's why it slowly started to kind of emerge into, oh, we like each other. Let's do something together. And that went into scenes, and that went into ideas, and that went into a short film.
So this is the basis of this film is experimental, but it's about this like like it's an old apartment in Vienna, which you guys went to school in Austria. So tell me about the idea. Do you remember when the idea was formulated? Who kind of came up with the idea, or it was kind of or what the idea evolved to? I guess. When do you remember the seed of the idea started?
Miri, do you want to?
Yeah, so basically I remember that. Yeah, sure. Can you hear me all right? Can
Yeah,
can you hear me when I speak?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit slow. Sorry for that. Yeah, I still remember I was sitting back home on the floor. I don't know what I was doing. I was doing something, and I remember Valentina messaged me and sent me the script and or sent us the script, and just she had like a first draft of something, and then I was like, oh, we could make something with that. And it was very like just abstract, very short words, and I was like, hey, why don't we use expand it a little bit and use because she has previously sent us the video as well of her grandma who is from that specific culture group. And I was like, maybe we could combine that in a way, and also yeah, kind of make an experimental short film out of that. So yeah, that's how it started. And then we talked, and we wrote the script all together and had many sessions, and we wanted to film it, and then COVID didn't allow us to film it, and then a year passed and another year passed, and then we made it. So yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times these like ideas fall by the wayside. Like you said, you have all these conflicts, but you said a year went by, another year went by, but you still got together and you still made the film. That's pretty. That's amazing because it's not this is not an easy film to make, right? So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. We also had like, well, Tess moved to the UK first, and then I followed, and I think what it also, I mean, I think all creatives Kobe taught that like art can happen across borders and across even though people are not at the same place. And I think that's what this movie was, because we had lots of Zoom sessions with break in between, but like yeah, to just make it bit by bit happen, and no matter where we are in the world. So I think that was well, for me personally, that was a proof that like we can make art with people wherever they are. So yeah.
So tell me about, okay, so then you guys decided to, did you guys always were going to act in the film as well? Like you guys wanted to do everything?
I think that was, oh yeah, you go.
Actually, it was like during the pandemic, and we wanted to do something together and to act together. And we did some scenes at first, and then I think Tess came up with a location in Vienna, which was really cool because there was a huge window. And so that was the inspiration for the first draft of the script. So that's been nice.
So what stands out in this film, your performances are great, but also too is your art direction, your clothing, your style. That's what I mean. There's a lot of moving parts. I know that you guys it's the three trifecta collaboration, but the art direction and the production design of the apartment is amazing in the film, and you can tell you got to change things around. So that must have been pretty difficult to do, one would assume, right?
So we actually were super lucky, even though we didn't think we were lucky, because we were looking for a location for so long, and we really went through phases of complete meltdowns because we couldn't find the proper location. It was either too expensive or not good enough. And then we found, or Valentina found this beautiful flat which actually made everything even better and made more sense. And then Valentina rewrote the script a bit. And then Valentina, yeah, you can talk more about the rewriting the script for the location.
Yeah. So it was quite nice actually, because there was a red room and a green one and a yellow one. And we decided to do these colors before that. So it was like a perfect match for us. And the drawings on the wall were as well, like they were there actually. We didn't have to do them. So it's been an amazing location for us.
And what city was this located?
And also in Vienna.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
in Vienna. It was in Vienna. And also to add, I think also too, because we had very little funding, and in the beginning we didn't know that we would even have funding at all. So I think for people who listen to the podcast, or for filmmakers, I think what we had quite an adventure as well, because unfortunately we locked ourselves out of that flat and had to pay a fee for locking ourselves out.
I locked us out.
Like there was a rotten pumpkin, and like I think things like these hurdles you don't hear about when films are made, and like it looks all nice, but I think what the beauty of it is that you just keep going, and
yeah, I guess they call it roll with the punches.
It
I
was
guess,
an
right?
adventure, but a beautiful one. So yeah.
But that's the genius of what you did, because meaning that like you saw the location and you're like, okay, we can make this better. We can kind of write around what we have, right? So which is the art of independent filmmaking. So
yeah, I think it also kind of taught us that there's always a way.
Yeah.
And the way is usually always better. You don't think it at the moment, and you think things go quote unquote wrong, which is actually just moving you forwards into an actually really good piece.
So tell me about the costume design.
Things take time.
Yeah. Sorry, tell me about the costume design that coincides with your location, because your costumes are fantastic, and they all everything thematically matches your location, right? What you guys wore.
Yeah, and the costumes, like we had them before that, and magically it just it's been perfect. So oh, Miri is
I think
gone.
she might have some.
Yeah, there's a little bit of technical difficulties
Technical
there.
issues, yeah.
I'll see if she
So
comes back. Yeah.
Yes.
we had like this three character types. So my character Alpha, the red one, was kind of dangerous, fiery, and then we worked with that and like thought of what would be the best costume for her. And then again with Tess, it was like her yellow gamma was like a childish character.
Mhm.
And then I think Tess, you came up with the yellow bow, which was great for her. And with Myriam as well. So
You each had
yeah.
your own color template. You each had your own kind of design, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys also did your own makeup as well.
Yeah.
It's another story.
Our makeup artist tested positive on the shooting day, so we were not to,
yeah. Like we wanted to do the makeup that way, like it was in the end, but our makeup artist was not there on shooting day, so we had to do it ourselves. But I think, yeah, for the circumstances,
Yeah.
it turned out great. So
yeah, so it definitely works. There's yeah, there's no. I thought it was a very professional job. The only reason why I know is that I was checking your credits, and I'm like, yeah,
They did
they did everything, which is fantastic.
Well prepared.
yeah.
But you
I
also
think that's
you also had two lighting and DPs, right? Two camera people who helped you out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
So tell me about, did you guys shot list everything? Did you guys storyboard everything before you started shooting?
We had a shot list, not exactly a storyboard, because some things changed when we were rehearsing, I think 1 or 2 days before the shooting. So some things changed like in the last moment, literally. So yeah, but we knew what we wanted to do and then adapted to.
And
Yeah.
also because we only had 3 days, we needed to be
Mm.
quite sure what
Yeah.
when to shoot what when. So we were quite on top of our games actually.
Yeah.
And we did well.
And also Tess ran a marathon on one of the shooting days.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was rehearsing
Yeah.
for a theater show at the same time.
Yeah.
Which was
It's been crazy.
premiering one day after the film.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
So,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like it. Yeah, well, I'll just run a marathon while making.
It was a half. It was a half.
That's a first. I think I've done 1,100 of these. That's the first time I ever heard that. So, and you're like, aren't you riding? You're the one doing the stationary bike on the movie too, right? So you're always like, yeah. So you're always like active, I guess, quote unquote. So okay,
Yeah.
so tell me, okay, so you had it like, so you had the like nice crew, and you guys kind of like put the film together. Thematically, what are you trying to say with this film? It's experimental. We send the audience feedback. They all have their own opinions. But what are you guys trying to say with this film?
Who wants to go? Valentina,
So,
you go.
so there's like one thing that it should like show that everyone has some fears, but you can overcome them, and through asking, through curiosity. And the other thing was the language fears, to overcome them. So to overcome the fear of making mistakes and just to talk in different languages. Yeah.
And I think also because it is in, I don't know if like there's like this language switch happening as well. Like one character speaks German and then Burgenland-Croatian, and it's a very specific culture group which I mean, Valentina is you're from there culture group, and like yeah, it's just that what how do we maintain culture and not lose it through the globalization, but how are we not scared of what is outside, and like how can we still be connected to our culture but open up to the rest of the world and not be afraid of the rest of the world and what is out there. And for us, it's really about this culture and language and like your own fears. And these three prototypes represent that. But obviously, you can interpret in it what it wants. It can be your personal experience in the way you want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the window. I think the window is quite a big, like, what's behind the window. Don't be scared to open the window. There's nothing bad out there. Or is it? Or is it not? If you're just there to do it, maybe open up another world. So that kind of.
And you get fresh air as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good metaphor. It's like meaning that don't be afraid to see what's on the other side or see what's out there, right? So right.
And also will you lose more by going outside, or will you lose more by staying inside?
Good point.
Which is, but it's like a COVID kind of underlying.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So tell me about the sound design. It's a nice sound design, nice solid. When editing, do you guys have? I'm assuming you hired somebody to do a professional job, because it is a professional job. Tell me about that process to bring your film to another level.
Who wants to?
I think with the sound design, it was quite a long journey as well. But our most important thought was we want to get the dialogue very clear, do minimum sound design, add a few layers, and that's it. And I think we were all quite the same. We didn't want it to like overdo it in general.
But we had some elements, like we wanted to have like wind sounds and water kind of those nature elements in it to show change and to show
it's because it's really, there's like,
and
you do a lot of different things.
Our sound design. And Johannes, our designer, did an amazing job. So it was
really.
And I think what also our goal is for future projects is to make work more inclusive, in a sense that like everyone can have a great experience of a film, and not just, and like obviously we're currently learning also like how can we make films more accessible, and like there's a lot of with subtitles and audio descriptions and all of that, but also what is about the experience of a film in general, the artistic experience in that sense. I think we would all like to go further with and improve that.
100%. So what do you guys, what's next? What are you guys working on now?
Well, for this year we have like 2 projects, I think. We're working on Miri's play.
We're currently working on my solo performance, which is gonna premiere in April in London. And then we're currently in the process of discussing the next script of the pre-production before we go into the script writing for the next project. And then we have some smaller things going as well in all our own individual work aside from that.
So Valentina, are you gonna venture over to London like the other two?
I thought of it because I'm missing them, and they left me alone in Vienna. But I think it's good as well, because I'm getting to know people here, and they are in London, and I think this way we can grow as well. So.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
hope to come to Toronto one day as well to like on to
Yay.
Wait, you guys haven't been yet? You haven't been to Toronto yet?
No, never. I
Yeah,
always want
you'll like it.
to.
Yeah, you'll have a good time. So last question before we leave you guys. We sent you speaking of Toronto, we sent you the North American audience. What did you guys think about what they had to say about your film?
Oh,
It's been very moving. Like to hear people talk about our project so enthusiastically. So it's been like heartwarming.
And also when it's an experimental piece, sometimes my worry was like, do they understand what I mean? Do they understand what we mean? And then answer it. And then they answered where I was like, oh my gosh, they get it. They really all get it.
Yeah.
And they get even more than I got. Sometimes they
Yeah.
surprise me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, you could see that way.
Mhm.
It
That's
was
cool.
big motivation as well, and like
Yeah.
again, I don't know, for me personally, I love creating work that connects like globally, and I think what was beautiful to see, oh, our project traveled literally where we couldn't go, so and
Yeah.
in a way to and also what was very interesting, I think, for people to react as well, because it's not a non-English speaking film and it has German and Burgenland-Croatian, so how people perceive that, I think that was very interesting, and overall it was a great inspiration and motivation for our next projects.
Yeah.
Well, it's a universal film. Everybody gets it, no matter where they are. Different culturally, generationally. Yeah. So you guys got something. So, well, I can't wait to see what you do next. So basically keep in touch, and we'll touch base when you guys make your next film. And good luck with your play.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
For having us.
Thanks for your time.